This new way of making stew is going to be your favorite, and I will be showing you how to make it very, very flavorful, and also how to prevent a tangy or sour stew. Keep watching because you definitely need this. Greetings to you all beautiful and lovely YouTube family. It's your girl Claudie. Welcome or welcome back to my kitchen. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Do not go away. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. So when I post any of my videos, you're not going to be left out. You're going to receive the notification bell. So today, to start off with the ingredients, right here I will be using some chicken. My chicken is the mature chicken here, or we sometimes call it the hard chicken, which takes like a longer cooking time. I just prefer like sometimes the hard chicken to make my stew. You can use anything of your choice. All right, so I'll go ahead and season with some seasoning powder. I just put in some seasoning powder, some garlic. Now I'll add in some salt, some paprika will follow, some black pepper will follow, and last but not the least, some thyme. So bring in all those ingredients and season your chicken perfectly. So for my seasoning powder or the bouillon powder, I'm using chicken no seasoning. You can use any bouillon seasoning of your choice. Okay,
Cooking with Claudie, cooking with Claudie, easy simple recipe. Cooking with Claudie.
after marinating, I'll go ahead and transfer into my instant pot or a pressure pot, and this is going to cook for just about 7 minutes on pressure. And if you don't have the pressure pot, you can boil it manually. Okay, I just need the pressure pot because it's going to cook so fast and it's going to save a lot of time for me. For the fresh ingredients right here, I have some onion, tomatoes, and red bell pepper. So you want to start off by slicing this accordingly. Guys, please, I'll always insist that you should check the description box because I dropped the detailed recipe right there. So after slicing, I will go ahead and roast it. Yes, guys, to roast it. This is one of the tips I always prevent a sour or a tangy stew. So I will transfer onto my pan here and let it roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You can choose either grill, broil, or roast 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. Yes, you want those ends to be burnt. So while it's roasting the oven, my chicken has been fully cooked. I'll go ahead and air fry it. If you like, you can deep fry your chicken, but I'm just trying to cut down maybe on my oil and all that. Is maybe is healthier if you air fry your chicken, or maybe put in the oven to bake a little bit. And yeah, I just applied some oil spray and it's gonna air fry in there. After about 10 minutes, this is how those fresh ingredients are looking. The flavor is already like savory, and I will just use my processor to process that. At this point, you don't want it to be like 100% blended. Okay, you still want it to be a little bit coarse. That is how I like making my stew. If you want yours to be 100% blended or like smooth, you can go ahead. Like I always tell you guys, these my videos, they are just a guide to like guide you to cook. Okay, and here after about 10 minutes, this is how my chicken is looking. And now let us cook our stew in a hot pot. I will add in some cooking oil. I will saute some onion, just like some few slices of onion, just because you want your oil to have that beautiful onion fragrance. And we're gonna bring in the blended pepper mix inside at this point. So guys, another tip to prevent a sour stew, you should use bell peppers for your stew. More bell peppers and less of fresh tomatoes. And if you want to use more of fresh tomatoes, make sure they are 100% ripe and they should cook to perfection. And yeah, So after bringing that in, I'll just go ahead and stir it until it mixes perfectly with the other mix from the pot, and the rest of the ingredients can follow later. So guys, since my mix has been partially cooked at this point, I am not going to overcook it anymore. Okay, my chicken broth coming. If you don't have chicken broth, you can go ahead and use maybe water is fine. And now I'll bring in my tomato sauce. I will prefer tomato sauce over tomato paste. Okay, tomato paste is like more sour than tomato sauce. My paprika comes in. Right here I have some black pepper, curry powder, ginger and garlic paste. If you don't have the paste, you can use one of each, maybe ginger or garlic. I have some fresh, I have some white pepper. I have some fresh thyme in here. The next to follow is some fresh oregano and some fresh parsley. For these fresh herbs, if you don't have the fresh herbs, you can use dry herbs, or you can use any fresh herbs of your choice or your own preference. You must not use the same I'm using. Okay, so when I mix all these, my salt and my seasoning powder comes in, which is like a bouillon powder, because of course you want your stew to taste. So at this point, you can adjust the salt and the seasoning powder based on the amount of the stew you have in your pot. Okay, and I'll just go ahead and mix that. Then I will bring in some Scotch bonnets, some fresh Scotch bonnets. I did not blend my Scotch bonnets because I want to control the level of spiciness of the food, and because my kids have to eat the food too. That's why I did not blend or ground my peppers. That's just to control the spicy level. And I will just cover that, let it simmer for 5 minutes only. Please do not overcook your stew, like all the flavors are just gonna evaporate from it. After 5 minutes, I will now bring in my chicken, stir everything, and your stew is ready to go. Okay, these are the important tips on how to prevent a tacky stew. First, you want to make sure that your tomatoes are perfectly ripened. Roast them. Thirdly, use more of red bell peppers and maybe few tomatoes. Use more of tomato sauce than tomato paste. That is how I make my own stew, to prevent it from like have that sour taste, if you guys know what I mean. I know some people are gonna come in the comments like giving like their own you know how some people are. They're like, oh, what you're saying is wrong, blah blah blah. That is how I love making my stew, trust me. And this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. So meet again in my next video. Bye for now.